Okay, so welcome back everyone for another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at something pretty interesting. It's uh it's basically all about how people react to stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
When something goes viral.
Right.
All those trends and hot topics that just seem to explode out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've got this document here called Pasted Text. It
Okay.
looks like it's some kind of internal guide for people making content online.
Interesting.
And it actually lays out a whole process
Mm-hmm.
for how to react to these viral things.
Huh. So like a framework for understanding all those,
Yeah, exactly.
crazy reactions we see online.
Like, why do people do what they do
So-
when they see a video that's suddenly everywhere?
Right, right. It's like, is there a method to the madness?
And this document, Pasted Text,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to think there is.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So
Tell me more.
it breaks it down into like 5 main parts.
Okay.
And the first one is it calls it setting the scene.
Setting the scene.
So
Okay.
it's kind of like,
Yeah.
think about it this way. If you're showing a video
Mm-hmm.
to a friend or something, you
Yeah, yeah.
don't just like press play and go, look at this.
Right. There's always that, oh my God, you have to see this thing I saw.
Exactly. You give them a little like
Yeah.
background track.
Absolutely. You got to set it up.
Like, who made it?
Yeah.
Where did you find it?
Is it blowing up on TikTok or
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
is it on YouTube or
Like, is it already getting a ton of buzz?
Yeah, exactly.
So this first step is all about
Yeah.
that context, like setting the stage for what's coming next.
So it's like you're building anticipation, right?
Yeah, you're getting people ready to dive into this viral thing.
Yeah.
And the next step is it's called initial reaction.
Okay, so this is where the real fun begins.
Right. This is where you actually get to talk about the content itself.
Yeah.
Like what happens in the video.
Give me the highlights.
Yeah, the key moments,
Mhm.
and then, your first impression of it.
Yeah, that gut feeling. Like what was your instant react?
Was it funny?
Right?
Was it shocking?
Like did it make you laugh? Did it make you cry? Did it make you
Inspiring?
Yeah.
Anything like that?
It's like capturing that raw emotion.
Yeah, it's like that pure, like, visceral response
That's
that
exactly.
you have when you see something online that, like, really hits you.
Mm.
But then Pasted Text says, okay,
Mm.
it's not enough to just, like, stop there.
Right. There's got to be more to it.
Yeah, you got to go deeper.
You got to go deeper. Okay.
And so the third part is
Yeah.
analysis and commentary.
Ooh, analysis.
So this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
I'm ready.
Because now you're not just saying, oh, I like this video.
Right. Right.
It's like, why did you like it?
You got to break it down. Tell me why it's so great.
Like, what was it about the style?
Mm-hmm.
Or the way the story was told?
The storytelling techniques, yeah.
Or, how does it connect to
Yeah.
like other things that are popular online?
Right. Like what trends is it tapping into?
Exactly. Like, is it using humor in a new way?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it part of like a bigger conversation that's happening?
Yeah, yeah.
Culturally.
Like a cultural moment.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So it's about developing like a critical eye
Mm-hmm.
for this online content,
Mm-hmm. Being a discerning viewer.
Yeah. And I think that's so important,
Absolutely.
especially these days when there's just so much
Oh, it's overwhelming.
stuff coming at us all the time.
Right. It's like you got to be able to filter through the noise.
You really do.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about like our own individual
Right.
interpretation.
Right.
But
It's a social phenomenon, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
We have to think about how other people are reacting to this stuff too.
Yeah, because everyone's coming to it with their own perspective, their own background.
And that's the next segment.
Okay.
It's audience take.
Audience take.
And this is all about understanding
Mm-hmm.
like the different perspectives and interpretations that people bring.
It's fascinating how one video
Mm-hmm.
can spark so many different
This
reactions.
is the same piece of content, right?
Exactly.
So it's encouraging you to actually go and look at the comments
Right. See what people are saying.
about, how different groups of people
Mhm.
might be responding to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are teenagers going to see it differently than,
Totally different.
people their grandparents' age?
Yeah.
Right?
It's really fascinating
Yeah.
to see how a single piece of content can just spark this whole range of emotions
A whole spec.
and opinions.
Yeah.
But then we get to the part,
Where we try to, like, put on our prediction hats,
oh, the crystal ball comes out.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's predictions and impact.
Predictions and impact. Okay, so we're looking ahead now.
We're trying to like see into the future and figure out like
Yeah.
what kind of ripple effects
Yeah.
this viral thing might
Yeah.
have.
What's the lasting impact going to be?
Yeah. Will it start new trends?
Will it spawn 1,000 memes?
Exactly. Will it inspire other creators to, make their own versions of it?
To jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
how long will it stick around?
Right. Like, is this going to be a flash in the pan?
Right? Like, is this going to be a flash in the pan?
Will people be talking about it
Or will we still be referencing it 5 years from now?
next week, next month? Or will it just
Yeah. Will it fade into obscurity?
night away? Yeah.
Or will it become part of the internet lexicon?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're not just reacting to the content.
We're actually trying to, like, analyze its potential.
We're trying to understand its place in the grand scheme of the internet.
Yeah, on the whole online landscape.
Yeah.
And there's one other thing that pasted text
Okay.
really stresses,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah.
the importance of a strong
Okay.
introduction and conclusion.
Intro and conclusion. Okay. Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Why does that matter so much?
Well, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
When you're online, you're constantly scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing like a million different things.
Yeah. You're bombarded with content.
So a good intro
Right.
is what's going to grab your attention
Yeah. It's got to hook you.
and make you want to like actually stop
Make you want to click on that video.
and watch that video or read that article.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the conclusion
Mm-hmm.
is what gives you that sense of like
Like closure.
closure and like a clear takeaway.
Right. Like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pasted text even suggests like mentioning the platform
Mm-hmm.
right in the intro,
Yeah.
like is it TikTok, is it YouTube, is it Instagram?
Right. Set the stage right away.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so people know
Mm-hmm.
what they're dealing with.
Context is king.
And then in the conclusion,
Yeah.
you recap the main points.
Mm-hmm.
You invite people to like
Yeah.
engage more.
Like, leave a comment, share your thoughts.
Maybe even like
Yeah.
subscribe or follow.
Right. Right. Keep the conversation going.
So it's really about
Mm-hmm.
creating a complete experience.
Yeah. Even in that fast-paced world of online content,
Even in that, like
everything's like a fleeting moment.
fast-paced world of the internet.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
let's bring it back to like
Mm-hmm.
our listeners for a second.
Okay.
Like how does understanding
Mm-hmm.
all of this stuff actually benefit them?
That's the key question,
Right.
right? Like, why should we care about this framework?
Exactly.
Well, I think it's about becoming a more aware
Okay.
consumer of content.
Like a more conscious consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you start to see the mechanics behind what makes something go viral,
Yeah.
how different audiences react.
Right.
And ultimately, I think it helps you avoid
Mhm.
getting swept up in the hype
Okay.
without thinking critically.
So it's about like moving from just passively scrolling
Right.
to like actually actively engaging
Exactly. It's about being an active participant
with what you're seeing.
in the online world.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we understand these patterns,
Yeah.
can we actually predict
So good question.
what's going to go viral next?
Like, can we crack the code?
Yeah, is there a formula?
Or is it always going to be
Or is there always going to be that element of
Yeah.
unpredictability, that spark
that magic?
that you just can't quite put your finger on?
Yeah, it's like trying to like predict the next big wave,
Yeah, it's out there.
It's out there.
But can we really say when and where it's going to hit?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
And something to think about
definitely.
as you continue your own
Mm-hmm.
deep dives
Deep dives into the internet.
into the world of online content.
The ever-evolving world of online content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us
Thanks, everyone.
for another deep dive.
Okay, catch you next time.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.